Welcome to Mega Talk, and still the talk show in boxing. So we have one of the fans here today who has called in and wants to give their opinion on the big showdown tonight. Some people have says that it's going to be the fight of the century. I don't know about that, to be totally honest. But the exciting news is about Joseph Parker now going to be taking on Martin Bakole. So just before I go to the fan, let us just see what the top of the card going down is. It's Artur Beterbiev or Artur Beterbiev, depending on how you pronounce it, versus Dmitry Bivol. You've got Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole, which I think should have been the top of the bill. Then we have Carlos Adames versus Hamzah Sheeraz. I'm so excited about that fight. That's for the world title WBC. Then we have for the interim Vergil Ortiz versus Israil Madrimov, which is massive. Then we have Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley. I mean, Shakur's probably one of the best fighters on the planet. Then we have Zhilei Zhang, ziggity zing zang, ziggity dang, zang zang zang, zang bang, versus Agit Kabayel. And I tell you, he cannot be looked down at, because remember, he fought and beat Derek Chisora. And then we have Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith. So you got an exciting night. Let's see what the fan had to say about these fights.
Blessings to you all. We're going to go into boxing. I think the first thing I'd like to say is commiserations to Dubois. It's unfortunate. Anyone can take sick. He wasn't the only fighter to have got himself ill in Dubai. So it's a really sad situation. However, I do think bringing in Martin Bakole is an absolute cracker of a fight. He's a big puncher. Apparently, he's knocked out quite a few of the top heavyweights. And interestingly enough, not one of them have denied those allegations. So the decisive factor is, how fit will he be? Has he trained? And we know Joseph Parker is going to be in great shape. I think he's got to go for an early knockout. He's a big puncher. I call him the second coming of George Foreman. Effortless power. But just want to say, last night I actually watched the Michael Hunter versus the Coley fight, and I thought the key to beating him is speed and movement. And we know that Martin Bakole is a much improved fighter. However, he may well find himself up against those similar tactics when he fights Joseph Parker. But it's a real cracker of a fight. I'm going to go with Joseph Parker because he will be in great shape. He always comes with a strategic game plan. So I think he's slight favourite to beat Martin Bakole. But he has a great chance. He has been stopped, Joseph Parker, by Joe Joyce. So it's a real cracker of a fight. And we'll see what happens. We've also got Buatsi versus Callum Smith. That's another very great fight. I fancy Buatsi, the young and hungry, up-and-coming future star, to beat Callum Smith. I just think that Callum Smith's inactivity will come up, will leave him short. We also have Zhang fighting Kabayel, and I fancy, that's another tough fight. I have a feeling, that this European champion Kabayel, I think his name is going to beat Zhang. And then we've got Bivol versus Beterbiev. I'm going to stick with Beterbiev. Strong, better boxer than people give him credit for. It's going to be a tough, great fight. It's going to be a great card. But the main talking point, as we're all going to sit here and talking about, is the Martin Bakole fight against Joseph Parker. It has a potential to be an absolute beast of a fight. Probably an even better fight than the Dubois and Parker fight. But who I thought I was shading for Dubois again. But this is a really interesting, intriguing fight, and I'm going to slide towards Parker on this one. It wouldn't surprise me if he's knocked out, but I'm sticking with Parker to beat Martin Bakole.